going on, you guys? This is Madam 81, and I'm coming back to you again with a updated story as of July 11th about R.Kelly. He has officially been arrested on federal sex crime charges. And we're going to see if the video will play.
Overnight, singer R.Kelly arrested in Chicago. We've learned he's now facing federal charges, and two law enforcement officials also tell News 4 he's expected to be brought to New York to face other allegations. Today, New York's Tracy Strahan is breaking it all down for us. She's live in downtown Brooklyn with the latest. Tracy?
Oh, Jen, we've just received some new details just within the past few minutes. Now, we've learned that this morning the indictment against R.Kelly includes charges of child porn as well as obstruction of justice. And a senior law enforcement official says that federal indictments have been filed both in the Northern District of Illinois and here in Brooklyn. The 52-year-old Grammy Award winner was arrested last night while walking his dog by members of Homeland Security as well as the NYPD's Public Safety Task Force. He was taken into custody after that 13-count federal indictment was handed down on Thursday. Of course, R.Kelly's been the subject of different sexual abuse allegations for nearly 2 decades. Some of those alleged acts date back to 1998. Late last night, however, his crisis manager said this was something that the singer's legal team was actually expecting.
You know what? When it rains, it pours. And I just think that those who are making accusations, they made the accusations for the last 4 or 5 months. And there are people that's going to be possibly bringing more accusations. However, the truth, the word says, will set you free. And so it will make you free. That's what we are. We're right now, we're brewing for the hurricane, the tropical storm that's in the ocean. It has hit land. And once it hits, we're prepared for it.
This arrest was the second time this year that Kelly has been taken into custody in Chicago on charges. He was arrested back in February on 10 counts in Illinois involving 4 women, 3 of whom were minors when the alleged abuse occurred. Details of the indictment in Brooklyn are expected to be unsealed later today. We have learned that first he'll be arraigned in Chicago before he's brought to New York. We're live in downtown Brooklyn. Tracy Strahan today in New York. Jim will send it back to you.
All right, that investigation making its way to us. Tracy, thank you.
All right, and that is the video that you've seen. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me pause that. R. Kelly gave his first explosive and emotional interview with Gayle King on CBS this morning. Okay, that was back in March 6th. Let me move on. And it says singer R. Kelly was arrested on federal sex charges in Chicago Thursday night, nearly 5 months after he was released on bail for additional sexual abuse charges brought by Illinois prosecutors. A spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office said the 52-year-old was arrested while walking his dog by Homeland Security investigation agents and NYPD Public Safety Task Force. Officials told News 4, and it is expected he will be brought to New York. A 13-count indictment was handed down earlier Thursday in federal court for the Northern District of Illinois, and including charges of child pornography, enticement of a minor, and obstruction of justice. U.S. Attorney spokesperson Joseph Fitzpatrick told the Associated Press there are separate federal indictments filed in both Chicago and Brooklyn, according to a senior law enforcement official. In a court appearance in Chicago could come later Friday. Further details on the case are expected to be announced Friday in federal court for the Eastern District of New York. Of course, R.Kelly, he maintains his innocence. Spokespeople for the NYPD and Homeland Security investigations declined to comment on the arrest. Calls to the U.S. Attorney in Brooklyn were not immediately returned. The singer's crisis manager, Daryl Johnson, says his legal team was expecting the indictment to happen, but he doesn't know what the charges are yet. Kelly, whose real name is Robert Sylvester Kelly, was in high spirits as he awaits his trial, according to Johnson. Mr. Kelly has declared his innocence from day one, said Johnson, who says he has been working with the R&B star, for 6 months. I've seen nothing, and I do mean nothing, that would lead to any type of guilt. R.Kelly, the singer's ex-wife, had no comment following the arrest. Her reps say the 52-year-old has been the subject of different sexual abuse allegations for nearly 2 decades, with some of the alleged acts dating back to 1998. They said that in the video. Back in February, Kelly was charged with aggravated sexual abuse involving 4 women, 3 of whom were minors. When the alleged abuse occurred, he pleaded not guilty and was released from Chicago's Cook County Jail after posting bail. Why was he allowed to post bail? I don't know. A jury in 2008 acquitted Kelly of child pornography charges stemming from a video showing him having sex with a girl as young as 13. Prosecutors claim at the time Kelly faced 15 years in prison for the charge, but the young woman in the claim denied it was her and did not testify. She was bought out. The Associated Press contributed to this report. Well, there you have it. Child sex predator R.Kelly. I'm gonna call him what he is. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, musically, he is a genius. Musically, as a man, as a human being, he's trash to me. He is disgusting. He is disgusting trash that needs to be taken out. Period. I mean, that's my thoughts. That's my feelings. I speak for myself and myself only when I say that. The reason why he was able, in my opinion, to go as long as he did, well, partly because of money. He was able to buy a lot of people out. He was able to coax people into not telling, holding his secrets, and also partly on the fans, which I was a fan of him. I contributed to his activities that he's now being accused of, and everybody that's ever bought his record has. I mean, you got to let the blame fall. Will it do? Where it lay at? So, you know, a lot of people, I heard them say, why didn't they been indicting him and this, that, and third? You're a fan. You have to separate the music from the man, if that makes sense. Essentially, yes, he is a musical genius, and nobody can never take that away from him. He has wrote countless and countless of love ballads, songs for movies. He has wrote songs for some of the biggest artists in the world, and yet he's a piece of fucking shit. He's a piece of trash. He needs to be taken out or taken behind a building and dealt with. Period. Not in the sense of killing him, ending his life, but making damn sure that he doesn't stick his penis in another underage girl again. Again. I would be in favor for him for chemical castration. Since they want to test that out on so many people anyway, he would be a great candidate for chemical castration. But that's just my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on it. Please drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. My intent is never to offend anyone with my point of view. It is my point of view and my point of view only. And that's how I feel in regards to him. I feel like all sides had something to do with him playing with, it shouldn't have been two decades, because he had so much overwhelming support and so many fans that still to this day love him because of his music. But the question is, when are you willing to separate the music from the man? Just like they separated Harvey Weinstein from Hollywood in the movies. Same thing. Same thing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And with that being said, I am Madam 81, and I will talk to you guys later.